Emotions are running high as two massive revelations have just shaken the postseason conversation. One comes from a superstar rewriting history with a rare and powerful performance that's redefining what's possible under playoff pressure. The other is a behind-the-scenes truth from the hero of a jaw-dropping finish that sent fans into a frenzy. Together, these moments reveal the heart, grit, and mentality driving this team through the toughest stretch of the year. Analysts can't stop talking, fans can't stop replaying it, and the energy surrounding this postseason run is off the charts. Stay tuned, because we're diving into both shocking revelations and how they're shaping the path to something truly unforgettable. What a night for Dodgers baseball. What a moment for history. And what a performance from Shohei Ohtani and Teoscar Hernández, two men who just etched their names deeper into the Los Angeles Dodgers legend. Before we dive into this unbelievable story of clutch greatness and playoff history, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you love Dodgers baseball, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a single update from this incredible season, because this one right here might just be the defining moment of October. The crowd was electric. The tension was thick. The Dodgers and the Phillies were locked in an epic playoff battle that had all the makings of a classic. It wasn't just about advancing, it was about pride, legacy, and rewriting the narrative. The Phillies had come in with power, swagger, and confidence, but the Dodgers, led by the quiet but fierce Shohei Ohtani, were determined to prove that this was their year. For Ohtani, this wasn't just another game. This was personal. After months of questions, doubts, and constant headlines about whether he could truly pull off being a two-way force in the postseason, Ohtani walked onto that field knowing the entire baseball world was watching. Every swing, every pitch, every moment mattered. And when he spoke after the game, he didn't hold back. He dropped what fans are now calling the truth bomb, a raw, honest message about what it takes to be great when the lights are the brightest. But before we get to that jaw-dropping statement, let's rewind to the game itself, a game that started off tense, with the Phillies striking first. Zach Wheeler was dealing on the mound, painting corners, and making Dodger hitters look uncomfortable early. The Phillies lineup, powered by Bryce Harper and Trey Turner, came out swinging, eager to set the tone. But there was something different about the Dodgers that night. They weren't rattled. They weren't desperate. They were focused, poised, and calm, almost like they knew something special was about to happen. Shohei Ohtani, who had been under immense pressure to deliver both at the plate and in the field, was locked in. His body language said it all: no smiles, no distractions, just pure determination. Every time he stepped into the batter's box, you could feel the anticipation. The stadium went silent, cameras ready, fans holding their breath. And then, in the bottom of the fifth, with 2 runners on and the Dodgers trailing by 1, Ohtani did what superstars do. He unleashed one of the most beautiful swings of his career, sending a fastball deep into the right center gap for a 2-run triple that completely shifted the game's momentum. Dodger Stadium erupted. It wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. Ohtani pumped his fist, shouting with a level of passion rarely seen from him. The dugout exploded. It was the moment that reminded everyone why the Dodgers made the move for him, why they invested in his dream, and why no one else in the sport compares to Shohei Ohtani. But the Phillies didn't back down. They came roaring back in the 7th, tying the game on a clutch single from Harper. The energy in the building shifted again. Every fan could feel that playoff heartbeat, that mixture of anxiety and excitement that only October baseball can deliver. And then came the 9th inning. Tie game. 2 outs. A man on first. Teoscar Hernández stepped to the plate. Teoscar had been having a solid postseason, but nothing like this. The pressure was enormous. Phillies closer Jose Alvarado had been dominant all year, and the Dodgers knew they needed a miracle. Hernandez fouled off pitch after pitch, refusing to give in. The count ran full. The crowd was losing its mind. And then, on a 3-2 cutter that caught just a bit too much of the plate, Teoscar launched it into the night sky, a towering blast that cleared the left field fence and sent Dodger Stadium into absolute chaos. It wasn't just a home run. It was the home run. The one that changed everything. the one that sealed the Dodgers' comeback. As Teoscar rounded the bases, he pointed to the dugout, shouting something that cameras couldn't catch. But after the game, he revealed what really happened in that moment, and the secret behind that game-winning swing that fans are still talking about. In the post-game interview, Hernandez said before that at-bat, Shohei came up to me in the dugout. He looked me right in the eye and said, "Stay calm. You know what he's going to throw. Just trust your hands." That's all he said. And I swear I heard that voice in my head when I was in the box. That's the kind of leadership you can't teach. That's the kind of presence that turns good teams into great ones. Shohei Ohtani, the quiet leader, the transcendent superstar, didn't need to give a long speech or make a dramatic scene. Just a few words, calm, confident, full of belief, and it changed everything. Teoscar admitted afterward that he'd been guessing slider early in the count, but after remembering Ohtani's words, he adjusted, stayed short to the ball, and trusted his swing. The result? A moment that Dodger fans will never forget. When the dust settled and the fireworks exploded over Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers had done it again. They had pulled off a stunning comeback win, thanks to the combined brilliance of two players who understand the magnitude of the moment. But when reporters asked Ohtani about his own heroics, he didn't take the bait. He didn't make it about himself. Instead, he spoke with the humility and fire that define him. He said, "People talk about pressure, about being a two-way player in the playoffs, but to me, it's not about proving anything. It's about helping my team win. If I pitch, if I hit, it doesn't matter. What matters is being ready when my teammates need me." That statement hit home with fans. It was the truth bomb. Everyone's talking about the moment Ohtani made it clear that his focus is purely on team success, not personal glory. He went on to say something even more powerful. "When I was injured, I watched games and I thought about what it would feel like to be out there again, doing both. People said it's impossible to do this at this level, especially in October. But this is why I came to the Dodgers, to make the impossible possible." Those words sent chills down the spines of fans everywhere. It was Shohei Ohtani, the global superstar, speaking not just as an athlete, but as a man chasing legacy. His journey from Japan to Los Angeles has always been about breaking barriers, and now he's doing it on the biggest stage of all, the MLB postseason. Inside the clubhouse, the vibe was pure joy. Teoscar Hernández was drenched in Gatorade, players were laughing, celebrating, and Ohtani was right there in the middle of it, smiling and cheering like a rookie. When asked again about that critical triple, he simply said, "I just tried to keep it simple. The team needed energy. I wanted to do my part." Classic Ohtani, understated, humble, but absolutely clutch. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts couldn't stop praising his two stars. "What Shohei and Teoscar did tonight is what championship baseball looks like," Roberts said. "Shohei changes the game every time he steps on the field. Teoscar's home run, that's what October is about. Those moments define teams, and they define seasons." Analysts around the league are still buzzing about Ohtani's performance. Not only did he drive in key runs, but he also showcased his unmatched athleticism and leadership. Even opposing players were in awe. Bryce Harper told reporters after the game, "That guy's unreal. You can't plan for him. You think you know what's coming, but he always finds another gear. And Teoscar, man, that was a big league swing. You tip your cap." In the days following the win, social media exploded with reactions. Fans posted clips of Ohtani's post-game interview, calling it the speech of the season. Others replayed Teoscar's home run from every possible angle, adding captions like "Clutch King" and "Ohtani told him so." Even players from other teams couldn't resist chiming in. Former Dodger Jock Peterson tweeted, "That's what October legends are made of," while MLB's official account dubbed the game the Ohtani-Teoscar Classic. As the Dodgers continue their postseason run, there's a renewed sense of destiny surrounding them. The energy in the clubhouse feels different. The confidence feels unshakable. Players talk openly about the Ohtani effect, how his presence elevates everyone around him. Teammates describe him as meticulous, obsessed with preparation, yet completely selfless. Teoscar himself said, "He never talks about himself. He just works." but when he does speak, you listen.